If you've been following the EV space at all, you already know that Rivian has been building toward this moment for years. And now, it's actually happening. The Rivian R2 is in production. Real cars, rolling off a real assembly line, and customer deliveries are just weeks away. So today, we're doing a full, comprehensive breakdown. We're talking pricing, specs, trims, the new variants that are reportedly coming, the drama with the Georgia plant and a $2 billion loan cut, the Uber robo-taxi deal that could put 50,000 R2s on the road autonomously, and a whole lot more. Whether you've got a reservation, you're on the fence, or you're just an EV nerd who wants to stay in the loop, stick around, because this is the most up-to-date Rivian R2 breakdown on the internet right now. Let's get into it. Okay, let's start with the big news: production. On April 22, 2026, just a few weeks ago, Rivian CEO RJ Scaringe personally drove the very first customer-ready Rivian R2 off the assembly line at the Normal, Illinois factory. That's the same plant where they build the R1T pickup and the R1 SSUV. And this moment was a long time coming. Now, here's the wild part, and I mean genuinely wild. This happened just days after an EF1 tornado struck the Normal facility. Think about that. A tornado hits your factory, and you still hit your production milestone on schedule. That says a lot about how hard Rivian is pushing to make the R2 a success. So what's the timeline from here? Customer deliveries are expected to kick off around June 2026. That means if you've got a reservation, and over 100,000 people do, the wait is almost over. Rivian's full-year guidance calls for a 53% jump in total deliveries compared to last year. To hit that target, they'd need to deliver somewhere between 22,000 and 23,000 R2 units before the end of 2026. That's aggressive, but the factory is moving. The R2 is no longer vaporware. It is real. It is being built. And June is almost here. All right, let's talk money, because this is where the R2 gets really interesting. Rivian has announced 3 trim levels for the R2, and they're rolling out in phases. First up, the R2 Performance Launch Package. This one is available right now, spring 2026, and it'll run you $57,990 before taxes and fees. This is the top-of-the-line trim, and it's what most early adopters are going to be getting their hands on first. Next, the R2 Premium. This one starts at $53,990, and deliveries are scheduled for late 2026. So if you want a slightly more accessible version, but still want the premium feel, this is your pick. And finally, the R2 Standard. Starting at $48,490, this one won't be available until the first half of 2027. But this is arguably the most important trim, because this is where Rivian starts going head-to-head with the Tesla Model Y in a really meaningful way. Now, let's put this in context. The R2 was originally teased as a sub-$50,000 vehicle, and there was even early talk of it starting around $45,000. The standard trim gets close to that promise, but the entry point for 2026 buyers is closer to $54,000 to $58,000. That's still a solid value proposition when you look at what you're getting, but it's worth managing expectations if you were hoping to snag one for under $50,000 this year. One more thing on pricing. All of these figures are before any applicable tax credits or incentives. Depending on your situation, the federal EV tax credit could knock a significant chunk off that sticker price. So do your homework there. Bottom line, the R2 is priced competitively. It's not the cheapest EV on the market, but for what Rivian is promising in terms of capability, range, and brand DNA, it's compelling. Okay, now let's get into the good stuff. What the R2 can actually do. Powertrains. The R2 offers 3 motor configurations. You've got single-motor rear-wheel drive as the base setup, then dual-motor all-wheel drive in the middle, and at the top, a tri-motor all-wheel drive setup with 2 motors in the rear and 1 up front. Rivian hasn't published the exact horsepower figures yet, but here's what they have confirmed. The quickest configuration, that's the tri-motor, hits 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. Under 3 seconds. In a family-sized SUV. That's genuinely absurd. The R2 is built on Rivian's new battery architecture, which the company says delivers over 300 miles of range on a single charge. That puts it in very competitive territory. The Tesla Model Y long range does around 310 to 320 miles, so Rivian is right in that ballpark. Fast charging is a big deal here too. The R2 can go from 10% to 80% in under 30 minutes, which is excellent for road trips. And importantly, it's compatible with both CCS and NACS. That's the Tesla-based standard. So you've got access to a massive charging network right out of the box. The R2 sits on a 115.6-inch wheelbase, which makes it nearly 6 inches shorter between the wheels than the larger R1S. Overall, the R2 is about 185.6 inches long, 15 inches shorter than the R1S. So it's genuinely more compact, more city-friendly, but still a proper 5-passenger SUV. Visually, the R2 looks like a scaled-down R1S, which is absolutely a compliment. It keeps those iconic upright oval headlights that make any Rivian instantly recognizable. One cool design touch? A powered rear window that retracts into the liftgate, a feature a lot of automakers have ditched in recent years. Rivian brought it back. Good call. Inside of the vehicle, you've got the same large, center-mounted touchscreen for infotainment, climate, and vehicle settings that you'll recognize from the R1 lineup. There's a front trunk, a rear trunk, flat folding rear seats, and additional storage compartments throughout. And Rivian says there's plenty of rear legroom for adults. This isn't a compromise car. Honestly, on paper, this thing checks almost every box. Now here's something that broke just this week that I am really excited about. Rivian CEO RJ Scaringe has been dropping hints, and they're not exactly subtle hints, that there are additional R2 variants in development beyond the SUV we already know about. Specifically, we're looking at an R2 pickup truck and an R2X performance model. Now, Rivian hasn't made a formal announcement, but this is very much in line with how they operate. Look at the R1 platform. They launched it with both the R1T pickup and the R1S SUV. It makes total sense that they do the same thing with the R2 platform. And the R2 platform, being smaller and newer, is actually well suited for a compact pickup that would slot below the R1T in terms of size and price. The R2X performance designation is even more interesting. We've already seen what Rivian does with performance variants. The R3X, which is the performance version of the upcoming R3 hatchback, is expected to have a tri-motor setup. If Rivian applies that same formula to an R2X, you could be looking at an incredibly quick, incredibly capable compact SUV or pickup at a more accessible price point than the R1 lineup. No pricing, no official specs, no timeline yet. But the CEO is talking about it publicly, which in car world basically means it's happening. This is a huge deal for Rivian's long-term lineup diversity. And honestly, a compact electric pickup from Rivian Sounds like a vehicle a lot of people have been waiting for. All right, time to talk about the elephant in the room. Because not everything in R2 land is sunshine and perfectly charged batteries. Rivian has been planning to build a massive new assembly plant in Stanton Springs, North Georgia. This factory was supposed to be a cornerstone of their long-term manufacturing strategy, eventually taking over R2 and R3 production, giving them the capacity to scale up dramatically. To fund that facility, Rivian had secured a loan from the Department of Energy. But here's the problem. As of early May 2026, that loan has been cut by $2 billion. It now stands at $4.5 billion instead of the original $6.5 billion. That is a significant reduction. And it has forced Rivian to readjust their strategy for the Georgia plant. Now, what does this mean in practice? In the short term, probably not much, because R2 is currently being built in Normal, Illinois, and that's where it'll stay for the foreseeable future. The Illinois factory has been upgraded and is running, so deliveries aren't at risk right now. But longer term, this creates real uncertainty. The Georgia plant was supposed to dramatically increase production capacity for R2 and R3. If that facility gets delayed or scaled back, Rivian's ability to meet demand could be constrained. And we're talking about a vehicle with over 100,000 reservations. That's a lot of people waiting. Rivian's CEO has been very clear that the R2 is central to everything. He literally said, and I'm quoting here, "R2 provides the opportunity to expand the Rivian brand to millions of drivers." That's the bet they're making. And the Georgia situation is a wrinkle they'll need to work through. Keep an eye on this one. It's not a crisis right now, but it bears watching as the year goes on. Okay, I saved one of the most fascinating storylines for near the end, and that's the Rivian and Uber partnership. Here's the deal. Uber is a major investor in Rivian, and the two companies have announced plans that could put 50,000 or more autonomous R2 robo-taxis on the road, across 25 cities in the United States, Canada, and Europe, within the next few years. Let that sink in. 50,000 autonomous R2s operating as robo-taxis in 25 cities. Now, this is aspirational, and autonomous vehicle timelines have a long history of slipping. But the fact that Rivian is designing the R2 with this use case in mind, and that Uber is financially committed to making it happen, is genuinely significant. Think about it from Rivian's perspective. Robo-taxi fleets represent a massive, predictable volume of vehicle orders. If Uber deploys even a fraction of that 50,000 number, it's a huge boost to R2 production numbers and revenue. And from Uber's perspective, having a purpose-built, reliable electric vehicle from an established manufacturer is a massive upgrade over trying to retrofit existing vehicles for autonomous use. This is one of those stories that might seem distant right now, but could end up being one of the most important chapters in the R2's history. We'll be watching it closely. So where does Rivian go from here? The R2 is the immediate priority. Ramp production, start deliveries in June, hit that 22,000 to 23,000 unit target for 2026. But looking beyond that, Rivian has the R3 hatchback and the R3X performance crossover hatchback planned for 2028. The R3 platform promises to push Rivian into an even more accessible price segment, and the R3X, with its performance pedigree, is going to be a seriously exciting machine when it arrives. And then there are the R2 variants we talked about, the pickup and the R2X, which should start filling in the gaps in Rivian's lineup over the next couple of years. The big picture here is that Rivian is executing a very deliberate product strategy. They started with premium, high-margin vehicles in the R1T and R1S. Now they're moving down market with the R2 to capture volume. And the R3 will push them even further toward mass-market accessibility. If they can navigate the Georgia plant situation, ramp R2 production successfully, and start delivering on the robo-taxi promise with Uber, Rivian is set up to be a genuinely major player in the EV space. Not just a niche brand for outdoor enthusiasts, but a mainstream automaker competing with Tesla and everyone else. All right, that's everything you need to know about the Rivian R2 right now. Production is underway. Deliveries start in June. The lineup is expanding. And the next few months are going to tell us a lot about whether Rivian can truly break through. If you've got an R2 reservation, drop a comment below. I want to know what trim you're getting and what you're most excited about. And if you're on the fence about reserving one, let me know your questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. If this video helped you out, hit that like button. It genuinely makes a massive difference for the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and ring the bell so you don't miss our R2 delivery day coverage coming in June. Until next time, stay charged, and I'll see you in the next one.